Welcome. Come on in. No, sorry, come on in. This is our setup tour. Right, first up we've got hardware. What we use is this 42-inch TV. We use this for Xbox 360 games of all kinds and party-based games for the PS4. Shit like Mortal Kombat, FIFA, maybe even Uno at some point. We've got some bad stories about Uno that we won't talk about. Underneath is 3 controllers, 2 for the Xbox 360, player 1 and player 2, and Dale's PlayStation 4 controller. Behind them, you can see some games that we have. GTA 5 for multiple people to enjoy. Hopefully you should see some videos of that at some point. Underneath that is a collector's edition case for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Underneath that is Modern Warfare 2. Underneath that is Bioshock and the Elder Scrolls 4. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Almost messed that up there. Next to that, we have Prototype. That's a new one. You've maybe seen an episode or 2 of that. Maybe you haven't. But either way, that's Prototype. There's Dirt 3 and there's the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which we've got things going right now. Hopefully we've finished MGS2 by now. We should have that finished today as of this being recorded. Next to that is Dale's PlayStation 4. He has the black one, which is nice and sleek. Plugged into that is 2 USBs. This one, if I could, never mind, I'm going to put that back. This is his charger cable. That can connect to 2 controllers at once, and next to that is the USB that leads to the blue snowball over there. Next to that, the Elgato HD60. This is what collects all the magic. This baby can record up to 1080p 60 frames per second. Some nutty quality right there. This wee thing, that high def, it looks good. Next to that is the Astro TR mix amp and headset combination. Fucking perfect. Go out and buy some right now. Here is Dale's webcam, a Logitech C920, I believe. This thing is some outrageously high def considering the size of that as well. So get your hands on one of them. Excellent for streaming and maybe even for live commentaries. On that, this is on top of Dale's monitor. This is just his monitor for his PlayStation 4. No one else is allowed to put anything through it, otherwise we get a boot in the bollocks. Underneath, if I remove this chair, is Dale's fucking baby. That's what that is. This is where literally everything happens. Everything that we ever do is on here. If this thing was to spontaneously combust, we'd no longer be a channel. Straight up. No pissing about, we'd no longer be a channel. So pray that thing remains. Above that is a two-wheeler calendar and a G Fuel station. Perfect, I recommend the Blue Ice. I am currently obsessed with that at this moment in time.
Yo, we tried it like 5 minutes ago.
I am currently obsessed with it at this moment in time.
True.
That's how good it is. Next to that is our planning board, but you don't get to see some of the things that are on that. Just know that it's there and I'm not lying to you. Beneath that is the Blue Yeti. This thing is an absolute beauty. This is what we used to record all of our videos on. At the start of the channel we used this bad boy here, but then we realised it picked up a fair bit of room noise and it sounded kind of reverby. This, however, is a life changer. On the back, well on the front, it's got this bit here that says volume, but then you're like, wait, it's a microphone? Why does it have a volume setting? That's because underneath, if I was to move this, there's a headphone jack. But why would that be there? Monitor yourself. It is perfect just so that you're not gaining too much and you're clipping. It's perfect. There's also a mute button for when you want your privacy. That's when mute is on. Mute off. On the back it's got, how many settings is it? 4 settings and a gain knob. I struggle to remember what all these settings are. It's been a while since I went to my sound course in college. But there's 4 different settings. There's omnidirectional, there's cardioid, stereo and figure 8. That means nothing gets picked up in the middle, but anything on either side of it does get picked up. That's what figure 8 is. Next to that is the spare monitor and my monitor, if whenever I'm it's a guest monitor, it's not my monitor, I'm not going to say that. Whenever I'm here, this is what I use to play my PlayStation 4 on, and when I'm not playing the PlayStation 4, we're doing editing on that, and the big TV, if need be. Below that, the power brick for the Xbox, apparently sat on my really expensive PlayStation 4, thanks lad. I have the white PlayStation 4, I don't know what made me pick that, I've always been different from everybody else, and I decided I wanted that. Plugged into that is my curved iPhone 5 charger and my USB to charge my controller with. I should also point out that his phone is far worse than mine, I can assure you. So I can look after my things slightly, even though this is bent. And finally, last but not least, the Xbox 360. Now, the reason I did leave this last is not because it was last on the list, even though it pure whiz, but because we take extra care with this. We've got 2 hard drives for it. One is a 320GB that we use for disc-based games, and one is 250GB, my old one, that we use for all the games that I've managed to collect onto the hard drive, such as Sonic Adventures 2 and what else? Don't think we've done anything else with it yet, have we? Oh yes, actually Oblivion. Oblivion's on here. Nearly forgot about that. But yes, if my hard drive was to all of a sudden break, then Sonic Adventure 2 would never get recorded ever again, because there's no way I'd be able to download that on the shitty internet in my house. But yeah, I think that's about everything hardware based. There's my controller. This stick here is broke because I can't contain my anger. And I hope I enlightened you, but the next part is the very exciting part. That's when we go on to software, which I am shit with, so I'm going to let him explain. So you come to me.
Right, so as Fenton said, it is now software time. Software straight away, coming from the source. What we use to record all our gameplay is OBS. OBS basically is a simple, scaled down, multi-camera system where you can have multiple feeds going in, you can have multiple different scenes, and that's like my webcam there, looking out over the living room. You can see yourselves as a camera, user a camera, right, see that there, that's my hand pointing at you guys. But so yeah, we use that for all of our stuff. There's our Metal Gear stuff, there's our Geek Off stuff, and our standard overlay. But OBS basically we record at a bit rate of 7,000, which is basically 7 meg per second, which is a decent quality. We're recording a decent enough quality that even after it's been edited and rendered out and then uploaded to YouTube and gone through YouTube's processing, which is insanely bad. I'm not even joking, YouTube's processing is insanely bad. If you look at a quality and you think that's not 1080p, probably YouTube's processing. But this is where it all starts from. Starts with OBS, then it goes down like that into Premiere and Photoshop. Reason we take it into Premiere, Adobe Premiere is Adobe's editing software. We've got the newest episode of Sonic Adventures actually up here. Fenton's just finished editing that. We've got like our intro here, gameplay, blah 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 blah, and then our outro card, which has got a little bit of something special for you guys, but you're not getting to see that yet. So, Premiere is Adobe software for editing. If you're just getting into editing, I'd recommend maybe Sony Vegas, or if you're a Mac user, iMovie's pretty good, but if you're on Windows, Windows Movie Maker doesn't cut it. Don't use Movie Maker. If you can get your hands on like Vegas, that's pretty good. There's a new free software out called HitFilm. I'll put a link to that down in the description for anyone that wants to get into editing, but HitFilm, really good software. But for me personally, Adobe. If you can get your hands on Adobe and get used to it, amazing software, you can do so much with it. And because Adobe do a full creative package, it's linked with everything else. And it just gives you endless possibilities. Now, this is what we used to edit our videos, render our videos out, all that kind of thing. We used to put our overlays on in here, but we decided doing it in OBS was a little bit easier because then it was just one raw file we had to work with. Any edits we had to do, we could do it and we didn't need to focus on putting overlays and that sort of thing in. After that, for our thumbnails, we have got Photoshop. Photoshop we obviously use, it's a photo manipulation software. In compositing, kinda, maybe, a little bit. It's like the After Effects of photos, I guess. But we just use this for making all our thumbnails. This is one that Fenton made, it's Battleshot, which he was doing with Sean, which I think we've got 1, maybe 2 episodes up of by the time you see this. We're not too sure when this is going live, so forgive us if we're sketchy on videos. But, so, main bits of software we use, OBS, Photoshop, and Premiere Pro. As I said, you don't need to have Premiere to be able to edit. There are multiple different programs out there, and it is all about what you're comfortable with. It's just Premiere's what I've learned on, it's what I use at college, it's what Fenton's picked up, so it's what we use. But other than that, there's no real tips or tricks to it other than that. It's just simple bits of software. OBS is a free download, don't need to pay anything for OBS. Adobe is, I can't remember how much it is a month, but I get it through my college, so I get it a little bit cheaper, but that's what it is, guys. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and I think we're going to take it back to Fenton, maybe back to the both of us. I don't know, we're kind of winging it with this. So, that's all the software we use, that's all the hardware we use, this beautiful bank of equipment, and in total there's probably 10 grand, not 10 grand, I wish 10 grand. Probably a good 2-3 grand worth of equipment here though, yeah. Definitely. It's not cheap starting YouTube, well it is cheap starting YouTube, you work with what you get. Like with this video we don't want you guys thinking, oh I don't have all that, I can't do anything, I don't have like the cameras or the big TVs or the 2 gaming monitors, the PlayStations or the like semi-pro mics, or you don't need that. If you want to start YouTube, PlayStation records for up to an hour at a time, Xbox records for up to 15 minutes at a time. Phones nowadays have got cameras in them. You work with what you've got and you build from there. This is just what we use for YouTube. So one thing we want to do, guys, as well, anyone that watches this, if you do YouTube, if you game, you do whatever, please throw together a little video with whatever you've got, whether it's your phone camera, whether you've got a DSLR, whatever it is, throw together a little video of what you rock with, put it up on YouTube, put a link to it down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. What should they do?
You should definitely like, comment and subscribe to the channel. And you should come back, watch our back catalogue, oh yeah, and stay tuned for more exciting things.